Florida Maquis, you're crazy. There's nothing in Antarctica. There's wind, ice, rock, and snow. Some research stations, perhaps some penguins and seals, but the things that you've been uncovering on Google Earth Pro, they're just shadows, camera anomalies. You can't honestly believe that this image of a pyramid on the slopes of Mount Erebus is really a pyramid. It's clearly just more rocks and ice that have been blown by the wind and surrounded by the snow. It's only evidence that you've been watching way too much sci-fi. Way too many episodes of Stargate, SG-1, Stargate Atlantis. All of these things have clouded your judgment. It can't possibly be real. Or can it? Navy captures footage of pyramid-shaped UFO's orbs 2 hours ago, 13 April 2021. Pentagon officials confirmed the footage was taken by the U.S. Navy. The Pentagon has admitted that a U.S. Navy destroyer captured an eerie night vision footage of mysterious flashing objects flying above it and another warship. The green-tinged video was gathered by the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force and leaked by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, who made the documentary. He said he verified the startling video's authenticity after gaining information from an intelligence briefing from the Pentagon, where officials confirmed the footage was in fact shot by the Navy. This is from the USS Russell. This is the actual footage. Very clearly a pyramid-shaped object flying above a United States Navy destroyer. I'll give you the link and you can watch this for yourself. This is not a joke. This is not The Onion. This is not The Star. This is real. March 21, 2021, going on a month ago. Upcoming Pentagon report will detail difficult to explain UFO sightings. I think we can confirm, without any real doubt at all, what shot down this secret experimental aircraft that we also documented on the surface of Antarctica. Now, for those of you that actually want to see it on Google Earth Pro, that's not a problem. It's right here, and I will, of course, give you the coordinates. We'll zoom out real fast just to give everybody a look at where we're at, generally speaking. That is Mount Erebus, active volcano. We have the peninsula of Antarctica right here, pointing over here at 9 o'clock. And we will zoom in. Now, as you can see, the way they zoom in, you wouldn't see it right away. But you have to think about this from a satellite perspective. And there you go. Clear as a bell. Let's go ahead and measure this real quick. See how big around it is. If I remember right, it's not huge. It could definitely be a craft. It's not like it's 25 miles. So just ballpark in here, 175 feet, which is 53 meters. Square kilometers, of course, would be square meters. 176 square meters. And like I said, the visual from this angle, somewhat difficult to get the exact measurements, but you get the idea. Now, very strange. Very close to it. Of all the shapes that we have shown in Antarctica, it would be nearly impossible to create these perfect geometric structures without the hand of some type of intelligence. But I'm sure many of you have already seen it. Very close. Thought about covering this a long time ago, but too many people were interested in other topics, so we had to move on. It's just the way YouTube is. Let's measure this one as well. It is, of course, a pentagon. "51 meters, 177 square meters in feet, 168 feet around, about 2,000 square feet. So not small, but size of a home. I mean, what are the odds? I mean, it's pretty clear. I've shown inverted images of this as well. I'll see if I can dig up those pictures. It's been a long time since we covered this. I wish YouTube were a different place than it is right now, but it is what it is. But the Pentagon's now confirmed it. They have craft that they have observed breaking the sound barrier with no sonic boom. They've watched them drop tens of thousands of feet in seconds. That was from the Nimitz incident. They've watched them drop out of the sky and enter the water with virtually no sound and no damage. Too many people are not putting the pieces together of all of the different mysteries around the world, all of the different things that have been shown that cannot be explained, and an entire continent virtually unexplored. Sorry about the glare there. That clearly is responsible for all this. We've shown other evidence more recently of things like the Voynich manuscript, different texts, the anomalous piece of navigation equipment. The name of it is escaping me at the moment. That the Antikythera mechanism that they can't explain. Where'd it come from? Who made it? There were no other preceding devices for that. Meaning you don't go from zero to the Antikythera mechanism in one fell swoop, even if they had the technology to create it. There would have been other technologies needed to create that technology. Creating spindles and bearings and gears that were really super tiny, like that. It's just going to be our new reality in the next 100 years. They're going to try to keep it hidden like they have everything else. But eventually, they're going to come to a conclusion that we are not alone. And it ain't from outer space. It's right here on this planet at the southern pole. There is a race existing under the ice with incredibly advanced technology. And they have the ability to do things we can't comprehend yet. And just because they haven't sent an ambassador to Washington, D.C., doesn't mean they don't exist. I'm sure at some level they are probably somewhat either perplexed or annoyed at the state of the world as it is right now. Because it didn't used to be so. I'm sure they probably pine for the days of the Thracians, the Romans, the Persians, even the Atlanteans. A little bit easier to predict. Because mankind has not changed, and neither have these beings at all. Sleep well. God bless. Like, share, subscribe.